Hi, my name's James and welcome to Get Good at Golf. In today's video I'm going to show you how to hit longer drives and get good at hitting the fairway. So when you're playing golf, it's imperative that we hit long drives. You want to hit the drive as far as you physically can, because then you have a short ride into the green, means you're more likely to hit that green, you're going to hit it closer to the flag. Generally that should help you lower your scores, help you reduce your handicap and help you enjoy golf quite a lot more. So in order to hit a long drive, I'm going to do a checklist of 3 things just to make sure I'm getting the most power out of my game possible. Now, one of the things that I see so often when teaching high handicap golfers, mid handicap golfers, even lower handicap golfers, is that the grip with driver is all wrong. Guys, you want to make sure that you are gripping the driver nice and light. If anything, it wants to be about a 3 or a 4 out of 10. Now, the reason for this is that if you grip the club too tight, you're not going to be able to set the club on the way back. So I have a nice loose grip pressure here. I can feel that driver head, I can feel the weight of it, and I can set the club here. If I grip it really tight, a 9 or 10 out of 10, my knuckles are going blue here. That's as much as I can set the club. Obviously, without setting the club, I can't get the club head speed that I want to hit a longer drive. So what that does is allows me to set the club properly, then get into a full turn and get to the top of the backswing, then come down and release the club the same every time. Again, if your grip pressure is too tight, you're not going to be able to release the club consistently. Not only are you going to rob yourself of distance, but also rob yourself of hitting straighter drives. That's the first thing that I see, grip pressure, make sure you get it right. Gary Player once said, you want to be holding a hamster in your hands. You don't want to let it go, but you definitely don't want to harm it, because that wouldn't be very nice. The next thing that I see is people stand way too narrow when hitting driver. If I stand like I'm hitting a pitch shot, I'm generally going to lose my balance either on the backswing, or if I'm very athletic, I've seen people get to the top of the backswing, then lose the balance on the way down. If you're losing your balance throughout the golf swing, you're not going to hit a centered shot, which means it doesn't matter how fast you move that driver head, you're going to get the club speed, but you're not going to get the ball speed, because to get ball speed, we need to hit it here. Another thing that making sure you have the right stance does is allow you to have a nice shallow angle of attack. So you can see here, my stance is nice and wide, the ball position's correct, that's just off my left toe for a right-handed golfer. So I can take the club away nice and shallow. I've got a nice loose grip so I can go to the top of the backswing. As I turn through and sequence properly, we'll talk about that in just a second, the club's moving low to the ground. That means that I'm going to hit the ball generally on the way up and hit a nice long drive. If I'm stood too narrow, if the ball position's too far back, I'm going to get too steep into the ball. I'm not going to get the strike that I want. I'm certainly not going to hit a drive like that. Now, one of the biggest things that all golfers get wrong when trying to hit long drives is sequencing goes out the window. So by sequencing, what I mean by that is how good is your backswing and your downswing. So to sequence a backswing, I want to feel as though my shoulders move the club first. From there, I'm going to set the club so my left arm's parallel to the ground, and from there I'm going to make a rotation to get to the top of the backswing. Now, in order to sequence the downswing properly, we're going to visit that in reverse order. So I'm going to start the downswing with the lower body, so the hips and the legs, then I'm going to go with the torso, then I'm going to go with the arms, then the club head. That means that I'm going to have a nice sequence into the ground, a nice sequence into the ball, and I'm generally going to create a lot more speed. Especially men trying to hit long drives, get to the top of the backswing and it turns into brute force. It turns into how strong am I in my upper body, so they go this way. Way over the top of the ball, you deliver a glancing blow to that ball, so again, you are not transferring club head speed into ball speed, you're not hitting the drive as far as you do want to. So if I do all those things correctly, I have a nice loose grip, and I can feel that moving in the hands, I have a nice wide stance with the ball position imperatively in the right place, and then I have a nice sequence to the top of the backswing and into the downswing. That is how you hit the longest drives you will ever hit without spending a penny on another driver, on new golf balls, or even on more fittings. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That has been Get Good at Golf, and we'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Bye.